great to be back in the capital city of China. We just did a workshop about 4 months ago in southern China, and it's always nice to get up to Beijing and appreciate the weather that's here. It's beautiful, skies, and it's very pleasant today. So thank you. I had an opportunity to speak a little bit about OCP, and so I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the foundation, what we do, and then I'm actually going to have a couple interviews with some guest speakers here in a few minutes. So first off, a little bit about the Open Compute Project. We're an open, community-driven collaboration. The foundation is not technology developers. We rely on all of you to do that. Steve mentioned how we work through collaboration. It's about relationships and partnerships, and so everything we do is with you and putting people together. Think of us as marriage counselors. We bring people together and encourage them to work and solve the world problems that we have. We have a global presence now. We're very fortunate to have gotten our starts in the States, and through the work that we did there, that expanded very quickly around the globe. And so we have about 6 different regions that we operate in, and we hold workshops like this throughout those regions. We just had one in India. We're having one later this week in Japan, and like I said, we had one earlier this year in China, and I think we'll be back in a few more months, and we'll probably do this again. There's just tremendous amount of interest in collaboration and open sourcing in China, clearly one of the biggest markets and market growth areas, and just a wonderful set of engineers to work with. We started out with a focus on cloud computing, primarily in the data center. We looked at and worked with collaboration on new hardware that's more efficient and more scalable for the data center. But what's happened is that cloud computing has actually gone outside those walls, and now you see cloud computing type resources and applications being applied at the edge. We're aggregating information, we're accessing information in small business, large business, radio networks, and wireless communication. That data is being gathered and put together with cloud hardware and then transported to the data center. So our focus continues to be on cloud computing, but it's actually expanded outside of the traditional walls of the data center. We have a lot of projects. There's about 25 up here, and I would spend all morning if I tried to explain a little bit about those. Steve mentioned 4 or 5 projects you're going to hear more about. But this is just a quick snapshot of all the various projects that we have going around the world. And everybody is welcome to participate in those, and you can go onto the web portal and read more about each of those projects and elect to get involved through mail lists and collaboration, monthly meetings, and monthly calls that go on, as well as workshops like this. We have workshops that go on, again, around the globe, very specifically for some of these projects where they get together and get an opportunity to work together and do some hacking and some design reviews and things. So lots of opportunities there. But we also have ways in which we work together and some of the outcome of that work. Historically, we focused on the creation of new specs to really deliver on the goals of efficiency and scalability. In many cases, those specs were accompanied by a set of design files that were shared with others so that those designs could be innovated on and derivative products built from those designs. And we also had companies that built products that met those designs, and there was product recognitions. Historically, that's where we started out. That was the collaboration and contribution that occurred. Now, since then, there's a lot of ways that you can get involved and collaborate with Intel. We do reference designs, tested configurations, white papers, workshops, testimonials, case studies, a lot of different ways to get involved. So, again, encourage you to get involved. And finally, for those companies that really do produce products We also like to recognize those products. We have specifications and design files. They're recognized by either an OCP accepted or OCP inspired logo. And we actually have data centers that are now compliant to some guidelines that are put together that are OCP ready facilities. That's a little bit about how we work. I'm going to invite a friend of mine up to the stage, Zaid Ali Khan. He's from LinkedIn. How many people use LinkedIn? Raise your hand. Oh, we got a few. How many people use WeChat? Raise your hand. Come on up, Zaid. You got some work to do. There's a lot more people using WeChat. Now, Zaid runs the infrastructure group at LinkedIn. Come on over here. Join me in the center here. LinkedIn got involved with OCP, about a year and a half or so ago. And the best way to find out about the organization is really hear from some of the folks that more recently got involved. So tell us about your decision to get involved in OCP.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So first of all, LinkedIn at its core has always been involved.
Can you guys hear that? Okay. Oh, they're going to run a microphone up to you. Is it on?
Does it work?
There we go. Okay.